Hello and welcome to my channel. Here I review movies, and today's film is Turtles All the Way Down. It's a youth adult drama about a teenage girl dealing with a serious case of anxiety and grappling with her sense of self at the same time. John Green wrote the story, which was then adapted into a screenplay by Elizabeth Berger and Isaac Aptaker. Hannah Marks directed the film, which stars Isabella Merced, Cree, Judy Reyes, and Felix Millard. At first glance, that premise doesn't seem that interesting. Personally, I figured it was another teen drama, but I gave it a chance, and the opener caught me. It starts by quickly introducing us to the main character Asa and her mental health problem. She's a hypochondriac who spirals out of control constantly. Her illness causes her to self-harm, and the film captures her experience in a vivid and imaginative way. The actress Isabella Merced physically portrays how devastating and obsessive Asa's anxiety is, while they edit in shots of the microbes she's imagining infecting her body with a narration about her thoughts. From there, the story takes us through a few of Asa's personal relationships and shows us how she interacts with each of them. We meet her mother, Gina, her best friend, Daisy, and see her form a new relationship with a guy called Davis. We get insight into the toll her illness takes on them, and see a few big confrontations between them as Asa explores how to deal with constant anxiety attacks. There is also a background story about Davis's billionaire father going missing. The whole time the story does drama really well. There's lots of big emotions flying around while they deep dive into Asa's mind and how her illness works. The story also does a fantastic job of hammering home just how repressive a mental illness like this can be. Her thoughts are dominated by the microbes, and you get to see her struggle endlessly to fight them off. It really feels like a hero's journey with anxiety as the villain. The cast does a fantastic job with it too. Isabella Merced as the lead is easy to root for, personable, and absolutely nails the mental illness aspects of her character. She shows off a huge range of different emotions in the film, from extreme sadness to puppy love. She's asked to show a lot of physical emotion throughout the film as well as reaction shots, and Merced is quite good at getting across a lot with just her facial expressions and posture. Cree, who plays her best friend Daisy, fits in the typical teenager category and really gets across that playful and headstrong personality. She also shows off a lot of concern and a supportive nature. Cree's character provides a good contrast for Asa, and she does a fantastic job across from Merced in the big confrontations with her. Judy Reyes and Felix Millard don't get quite as much opportunity as the two leads, but neither of them slack off with their time on screen. Millard does a good job with the wordy dialogue and sounds like a young Jon Hamm. He's quite charming and has great chemistry with Merced. Reyes plays the somewhat overprotective mother and does a fantastic job with the two big emotional confrontations between her and Merced. Their characters have two blowout conversations where they're finally honest with one another, and Reyes' performance is quite moving in both scenes. The visual journey is super simple and mostly focused on the emotional aspects of the story. The camera likes to get up close and personal with the actors and really gives them a lot of time to emote and react. While they're talking, they cycle through a bunch of different locations and spend most of the time doing simple back and forth conversations. Everything is done cleanly, each shot is well lit, and they have a few neat locations to take in. The big standout moments of the visual journey are the anxiety attacks that Asa experiences. The film creates horrifying and vivid experiences in which Asa ends up self-harming through ingesting soap and endlessly cleaning herself. These scenes are incredibly hard to stomach, but perfectly capture the disturbing behavior in its raw form. Behind the visuals is a plethora of pop songs from different genres that are catchy and fun. They appear often, come in loud and proud, and are quite entertaining. At times, the film feels a bit like listening to the radio top 10 with a few oldies but goldies thrown in by the DJ. There's also a few instrumentals to support the story during key moments. Simple pieces that provide a bit of overt emotion in a pinch. On the downside of things, the story seems a bit directionless from the start and spends a lot of time meandering and repeating the same themes. It can kind of feel substanceless at times, and then all of a sudden big drama will come out of nowhere, and that ends up leaving you with a bit of whiplash. The music also isn't connected with the emotional journey most of the time. It's just nice sounding music that's entertaining. It's not really building an atmosphere or trying to support the story, it's just there. When they switch to instrumentals, it tends to work a lot better, but the songs are a lot more generic and simple. You end up barely noticing them. On the flip side, they did try one big moment using a song called We're Here Because We're Here that was quite nice and felt very moving. Personally, I found the film to be quite sweet and filled with juicy drama that kept me engaged. It does have slow moments and the story is a bit meandering, but the actors absolutely eat up the dialogue and show a plethora of big emotions. The visual journey does a great job depicting her anxiety attacks and really captures the emotional journey, while the soundtrack is just nice sounding music. If you like relationship dramas and you don't mind a younger protagonist, this film is a good watch. As for a rating, I'd give this film a 7 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts about the film. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye bye!